Hello, hello, it's Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. Welcome to Thursday Night Stamp Therapy. It is Thursday, April 16th, 2026. I'm so glad you are joining me today. What a gorgeous day. Everything's turning green. It is so beautiful outside here in central Illinois. And it was a busy, busy day. I did not get a time for a walk today, which I was so sad about because it is really just absolutely gorgeous. I am loving this weather. And in the springtime, it means one thing. There's a new catalog about to come out. And in order to do that, Stampin' Up! Is getting rid of a bunch of stuff. We're clearing out some last chance favorites, making room for some new stuff. And I've got to tell you, we've got a special happening right now for the next day. One more day after this. Double rewards when you order $20 or more. You can earn double Stampin' Rewards. So instead of 10%, you'll earn 20% rewards that you can then redeem on a future order, like from the brand new catalog that is coming out May 5th. Now, we are not going to use new catalog stuff today because I want to show you some stuff that you can order with the double rewards promotion happening right now. If you're a demonstrator, you can order from the new catalog. And if you haven't pre-ordered yet, or even if you have, you should think about another one with this double rewards promotion, because if you buy now, you can use your rewards later on and get lots of fun goodies. Now, I just posted this. I'm so excited because I know many of you count on my product shares, my paper shares, to get a little bit of everything from the new catalog and to try out all the new stuff. And so I just posted my product share for May 2026. It includes 127 6x6 pieces of designer paper, specialty paper. I've got everything in there from the new catalog. There's a lot. Plus, I've got the online exclusives and the online exclusives from March 2026, which haven't been included in a product share yet. I've got two options this time. You can get the designer paper with the ribbon share, which is going to include those new in color ribbons and the March 2026 online exclusive ribbons, or you can get just the paper if you don't want the ribbon and you only want the paper. So two options this time. You can check it out. I just posted that information. It's at tinyurl.com/May 2026 product share. This is only available to those in the US. I will be sending invoices starting April 28th, which is 1 week before the catalog launches. And then I'll be sending those out a week and a half or so after I get them. Well, a week or so after I get them, a week and a half or two after I can order them, because I've got to get all the paper, cut it, the ribbon, all that stuff, and get it sorted out and boxed up for you, which does take a little bit of time. So if you're signing up, invoices on the 28th, they'll go out somewhere around May like 15th, 18th, something like that. Because I can't order everything until May 5th. So I won't be able to send it any sooner. Wish that I could, but make sure you get signed up so that you can sample all of the new things from the new catalog. And if you haven't seen, I did an unboxing video where I kind of showed not only the new stuff, but I also shared some project ideas. And I've been working on swaps that I'm going to be doing with other demonstrators to get even more samples to share with you when the catalog goes live in a little bit. So super excited about that. Check out the link in the video description, tinyurl.com/May 2026 product dash share. I made a mistake when I made the tiny URL, and there was a space there and it turned it into a dash, and then I couldn't change it. So there's a dash. Just make sure you pay attention. All right, double rewards happening now. So it started yesterday on Wednesday, today, Thursday. It ends on Friday, April 17th, 2026. Super exciting. You know, I was saying it's time for something, and I thought it was going to be free shipping. And instead, we got double rewards, which is kind of the same value, because when you redeem the product, you don't have to pay shipping on the product when you redeem it if your order is meeting the minimum shipping threshold already. So really fun, really exciting. I saved up my big order and I'm so excited. I got double rewards. I actually already spent the double rewards that I got. So you can spend them as soon as you finalize your order. You can place a second order if you want. So super excited about that. All right. So yay, I'm so excited to see you guys are so excited. So today I wanted to focus on last chance products. I pulled out a few things. I haven't really decided. It's one of those days where I have been running all day. And so I have not exactly prepared what we're going to make. We're going to kind of figure it out as we go. So get your fingers ready to type and tell me what you want to see. I'll give you some choices and we'll just kind of figure it out as we go. And hopefully you enjoy a little bit of behind the scene process video because I guess that's what's going to happen tonight. Don't forget about that product of the month. I ordered mine. It hasn't come yet and I'm super excited to see it in person. If you spend $75 or more, that's before any rewards are applied. Not only you're going to get double rewards if you order today, you're also going to get the opportunity to add on the Eyelet Blooms die for $5. $5! Such a deal. Mom and I are going to showcase this on the last Sunday of the month, April 26th. So watch for that. If you ordered last month from me, your March project kit went in the mail today. So we're going to be doing that class in 2 weeks on Tuesday, April 30th. I'll have those extra kits up in the next couple days on my kit page, which is juliedavison.com/kits. We are doing Beach Boardwalk for March, the March kit. And then April, oh my gosh, it's going to be the Delicate Dreams. Delicate Dreams. In fact, here's a little sneak peek of one of those cards. And yes, that is a new color, hydrangea hue. The Delicate Dreams designer paper is back in stock. I've ordered the paper for the kits. Super excited. So if you order in April, you'll get the Delicate Dreams kit, which we'll be making at the end of May together. I like to send out those kits and then stamp along with you, or hopefully you're stamping along with me. Okay. So digging in, that last chance list has a selection of products from multiple catalogs, but there's quite a bit from the annual catalog that's retiring. And so I pulled out 2 different suites and another designer paper. And I would love to hear from you and see what you want to see more of. So one of the suites that I pulled out, oops, is the beautiful gallery suite. Now, this one has 2 different stamp sets. Let me show you in the catalog. It is right here. Oh my gosh, gorgeous. It has 2 different stamp sets, the beautiful motifs. We used this the other day for the greetings because it's just a great all-around greeting set. There's also the Gallery Blooms die, or stamp set and dies. And these have coordinating designer paper called the Beautiful Gallery paper. That is what the name of the suite is. Now, the Beautiful Gallery designer paper is not on the last chance list. So it is going to continue to be available, but I pulled it out because, of course, it goes with the stamps that are about to retire. So I thought maybe we would make a card with this. Do you guys have the Beautiful Gallery suite? Oh, this is such fun designer paper. It kind of reminds me of another retiring designer paper called Splendid Autumn because it is hand painted by Stampin' Up concept artists. This one has a lot of like artwork looking images. In fact, I was shopping in Walmart in the fall and I was like, "Oh my gosh." Like there was like so many images that looked just like these that were like framed as like home decor. And I was like, "You could just buy some frames or get some frames like at Goodwill or, like an antique shop or wherever you might find old frames. You could frame your own art. You could spray paint your picture frame if you want to have that gold look and you could just create your own art with some of this designer paper. I actually do. I should have brought it in here. I have a little frame. It's just like a little white frame in my bathroom and I have some Stampin' Up designer paper in it from a few years ago because it kind of went with the other items on the shelf and I just thought it was really cute. So I don't know, have you ever tried that? Have you ever just framed designer paper and just made your own your own home decor? I think this one's really pretty. So let me show you some samples with this beautiful gallery. I actually thought about making this card, and so this is on the docket today. Let me know if you want to see this card. Now, this actually was a card that I received from the Stampin' Up! Home office. This was a while ago, actually, like a year or 2 ago, I guess maybe like last summer, probably. And they created this card, a little two-tone cardstock here with a sanding in the embossing folder. And then this is like a faux suede technique where you tear the cardstock in half and create kind of this like textured paper. So a very simple stamping kind of card, but it has some fun techniques that I think would be fun to play around with. So I'm thinking about this card. Tell me what you think in the comments. Here are some other samples from this suite. This one is from Joan Loomis, and she layered some die cuts and stamped images, the designer paper. This awesome frame is part of the Gallery Blooms bundle. It has that big frame in there. And you can use that to add on a card. You could use the frame dies for a scrapbook page. You can do all kinds of fun things with that. This is one I made. Well, I don't know why I'm looking at the back. This is one I made. I don't need to look at the back. I did this one for Sunday stamping, and it is kind of a simple card, but I used that frame die on a piece of designer paper. And then the center part of the frame, I put on Stampin' Dimensionals. So you kind of get that like layered look. So this was all one piece of paper. I die cut it together. I put these down with regular glue and then the middle layer on Stampin' Dimensionals just to kind of give it that framed look. What do we call this technique? I know I was thinking of it just a second ago. Um, yep, it's escaping me. um, Mm, mm, mm. Well, um, I know someone will think of it in the comments. When you have and you layer it up, I'm not describing it very well. Anyway, very clean and simple. You know, that's my style. Here's another card I made. This actually was a back pocket card layout. And again, really clean and simple. That's my style. Simple embossing folder in the background. This is Mossy Meadow on the basic beige. And then I took the designer paper and I cut it into 4 segments. A little 2 and 3/8" circle in the middle, the stamped piece. You've been on my mind. I need to make sympathy cards. That's what I need to do. Both these cards would be so good, I think, to send for sympathy cards. So maybe I should use this layout and do something with beautiful gallery for sympathy cards. Here's a swap card. This one from my mom, Susan LaCroix. Actually, I think she made this for Sunday stamping. And she used a little designer paper back there, did some tearing, did some of the embossing folder. Another really gorgeous card. Eclipse. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Is that Sandra? I think so. It's so hard to read my screen tonight. This card, the name I was trying to think of this technique, Eclipse, the Eclipse technique. Okay, back to our cards. This one from Sue Crawley. And I'm loving the colors here. The Secret Sea with the basic beige. Can you see? Is there a glare? There's such a glare on my screen, but I think it's because my lights are right above it. So I have a hard time just myself seeing seeing the screen. Hopefully there's not a glare for you. And then lastly, this card, and this one was inspired by the catalog. You may remember I made this one back in May, and I was doing some Case the Catalog cards, and this one was back here. And there was a card where right there, they used the block and inked it up and spritzed it to make like a watercolor look. And so I did the same thing. I just took my block and I put it right in the ink pad and made a background with my clear blocks. Okay, so that's beautiful gallery. Tell me if you want to see beautiful gallery tonight. Another one that I pulled out, actually, before we do that one, I was starting to say this paper, the beautiful gallery paper, reminds me of the Splendid Autumn paper. And like almost all, if not all, mm, not all, because it just said beautiful gallery is still available. But a lot of the paper back here in the annual catalog is being retired this year. So Thoughtful Journey, the perennial lavender, which we've had around forever. um, Boho Vibes, which I'm going to show you next, but one of them, Splendid Autumn. This one has been one of my favorite, and I feel like I haven't touched it in so long. This is another one where the Stampin' Up! Concept artists, not the concept artists, the Stampin' Up! Product designers actually painted these scenes and then created the designer paper from it. And then we've got a lot of great like watercolor backgrounds on the other side. Aren't these colors delicious? Okay, now I realize the name of the paper is Splendid Autumn, and many of the papers are very autumny, but some of them are not. Like this sunset, it's starting to turn green right now. This could be any time of year. Love those flowers. That one reads very spring to me. Same here with this one with some flowers. More flowers. Actually, this one could be quite springy. I think this is a good paper for year-round card making. So Splendid Autumn is going to retire. We're going to have to say goodbye to this paper. And I have a few cards. This was actually one of my card kits in 2024 when the designer paper first came out. This was one of my favorite layouts. I love the way this card turned out. Some of those leaves, those are retired now, but you can just cut that designer paper into little pieces. Here's one where I use the entire piece on the front of the card. Have a perfectly lovely day. And this one is a like a little stair step card. Change can be beautiful. So these are very autumn cards, but you could take and use the designer paper for cards all year round. So I don't know that I'm going to use this one tonight, but I just wanted to point out this is such a good paper and it is in the last chance list. So make sure to check that out. I'm actually going to pull some of these out because I feel like there are some really pretty spring. I want to have these just kind of out so I can have them on my mind and think about what an easy card that would be to just cut that in half. Maybe we might use that tonight. I don't know. You guys got to tell me what you want to see because I am bouncing all over the place with so many ideas tonight. All right, our second suite that I'm thinking about playing with is the Boho Vibes suite. And maybe we'll just do a little bit of each. Maybe we'll think 3 cards with the different suite. So the Boho Vibe suite is here. This one, I made some really fun cards with it when it first came out. Very colorful suite. These cards though are not really bright and rainbowy. They're more kind of like, well, boho, I guess. We've got the rainbow colors, like sort of a very eclectic range of things. And then the Sunshine Vibes bundle has some great dies in it that make these die cut rainbows, this negative die cut rainbow image. So here is 2 cards using the same layout with different colors. Cajun Craze and Secret Sea are the featured colors here with some Daffodil Delight in there and a little cloud cover for the thanks. I think these are so pretty. And then these are the muted palette dots. I've been using those a lot lately, and I think they go with so many different things. And then this was a flip flop shaker card. I think I did that for a Sunday stamping video. That would have been last year, probably in the summertime. So this one is called Boho Vibes. And we have 6x6 designer paper. And this one, I'm pretty sure that paper is retiring, um, as well as the stamps and the dies. Looks like I have all kinds of pieces. I could just start putting something together here and make up a card so easy with all these little die cut options. And then the 6x6 paper. You're getting 8 each of 6 different designs. Look how fun that paper is. The colors here, Petal Pink, Secret Sea, Cloud Cover, Mossy Meadow. Okay, here I'm a little more organized with my paper. A very eclectic kind of a paper. Lots of fun colors. Oh, I forgot about the stripes. I like those. All right, so tell me what you want to see. The beautiful gallery, boho vibes. Um, Lori says use the beautiful gallery, please. Donna says the same. Um, Beautiful paper. Okay, let's start with the beautiful gallery. We've got some pieces pre-cut here, so maybe we will just do kind of one of each and play around and see. Tell me about some of your last chance favorites. Are you picking up some of these things um in the last chance section, especially with the double rewards? What are you excited about stocking up on before it goes? Because one of the things I love about these last chance deals is the prices. They drop the prices so low. In fact, another last chance suite that has super low prices is the Turtly Awesome Suite. And Mom and I are going to be featuring that one this week on Sunday Stamping. So be sure to tune in on Sunday, April 19th. It is Mom and Dad's anniversary on Sunday. They're celebrating, what are they celebrating this year? 52 years on Sunday. So be sure to tune in on Sunday and wish them happy anniversary. I need to make a card. Maybe I'll do that with the beautiful, beautiful gallery. Okay, so as I was thinking about what I want to make tonight on the beautiful gallery, I really, really, really love this card right here. I think it's so pretty. It has a combination of some calypso coral with pecan pie, a little bit of stamping and coloring on there, some designer paper in the background, basic beige ribbon, all the gorgeous elements of a beautiful card. And so, you know what? I would like to make that card. There are actually a lot of cards on these pages that inspire me very, very much. I think I would like to make this card too. What do you think about that one? See how they just framed right here? They just framed some of that art. We were talking about that earlier. Super fun to just like have a whole collage with the different kinds of frames. And this one's got a die cut in it. This one's got designer paper in it. You can really have kind of a lot of fun with that. All right, let's start with this one with the coloring. I'm in the mood to color a little bit. We're going to use the beautiful, I'm sorry, Gallery Blooms stamp set. Oh, I love that. Diane says she doesn't like to scrapbook. Me too. She's going to make a scrapbook filled with pages to add the photos for a gift for someone very special. Are you thinking the beautiful gallery or the boho blues? I'm guessing beautiful gallery, but sometimes there's a delay, and so maybe I missed that when we were talking about the other one. I'm gonna get out some basic white cardstock. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Should I use basic white or very vanilla? Our base card. Oh my gosh, these are so pretty. I love those two especially. Maybe for no, I'm gonna do background there. Okay. Let me focus. Focus, Julie. Don't lose it. Here's the paper I'm looking for. Okay, this paper has almost a vanilla to it. So here it is against the white. And here it is against vanilla. I think maybe I'll use vanilla for this. So I'm going to stamp that in Memento Black ink. And I think I've talked about this a little bit already, but Stampin' Up! Has a new black ink pad coming out. It's a hybrid ink. And so hybrid means that you can use it for both watercolor and for Stampin' Blends. Now, I have to say, I like that idea, but there's a lot of things I don't like about the new ink pad. I don't like that it stains the stamp, and I don't like that it takes so long to dry, and I don't like that it's a little slippery. I do love that it has a very deep dark black. But my point in talking about this is that I do like the Memento ink. I'm going to miss this, and I'm probably going to keep using it. And right now, you can get the Memento Black ink in the Stampin' Up! Last Chance section. It is actually on sale as well. And um, I my it just went right out of my head. It's on sale. It may be low inventory, so don't wait to jump on it. But if you want to get the Memento Black ink pad before it goes away, Stays On is also in the last chance list. You'll see it there because the new black ink pad from Stampin' Up! Replaces both of those. Yeah, basic beige or very, the basic beige would have been a good option too instead of the very vanilla. And yes, I know. Isn't that shocking? I am in the mood to color tonight. Okay. So, let's get out some Calypso Coral. And do I have Pecan Pie blends? Yes. Yes, I do. Okay. Oh, that's Cajun Craze. There we go. Light and dark Calypso Coral, light and dark Pecan Pie. And I'm gonna do some coloring. Now, my sample in the catalog that is inspiring me does have brown leaves. I don't know how I feel about that. I suppose I could change it to old olive, but I sort of like the brown leaves. I just feel like it has more of like a vintagey look to it. So I'm gonna stick with that original inspiration. Are you guys inspired by the catalog like I am? I feel like whenever I'm feeling stuck or I'm just not sure, I always just turn to the catalog, take a look, see what I can find, and it just gets the mojo going. And then I can kind of go from there and have an idea, but the catalog is always my first stop for inspiration. I'm going to take some of the Calypso Coral now. I'm going to move that designer paper. Maybe I don't want that right underneath. And the thing I love about this sample is actually that there is a lot of white space on the petals. And so I am going to kind of keep the petals. I want to keep them white a little bit on top. So I'm just going to go on the base of the petals here. And I'm going to do that on all of them, like at the bottom of where those petals would be. Starting with the light, I am by no means a expert in coloring, but I am an expert at copying. And so I'm using the catalog right next to me for that inspiration. And some of these pieces is showing as the brown, so I'm gonna add that in there. All right, going back with some of the dark, oh, that's a very frayed tip. I actually want it to be a little bit less, a little bit more. um, Here's a dark Calypso Coral. Oh yeah, oh my gosh, that one's beautiful. Brand new, very juicy. What do you think? I feel like there's a little too much white happening. So I'm going to bring in a light petal pink. And I'm going to use the petal pink just to kind of blend a little bit and also just to add like a base color to the flower. A base light color. So it doesn't look so stark. One of the things that I really love is more of a, what do you call the technique with the dots? Pointillism? Am I making that up? That sounds like a thing. Um, if you want to play around with some technique, you could do dots. And this would be very tedious, so I think I'll use the one that I already have. But you could use your tip of the marker and just make dots to do some coloring. And I wish that I remembered more about art, but there's a famous painter, right? Who it was just little tiny dots over and over again at like park scene. This isn't looking really good. I'm not like I'm not doing a great job like showcasing this technique. I should have thought of it and played around a little bit more. It's definitely one of those techniques I think that you need to have patience with. Sometimes when I'm coloring, I just feel like I have to rush. Let me rephrase that. Sometimes when I'm coloring on camera, I feel like I have to write a rush. Monet, is that right? Yeah. Um, I was thinking that there was another one that had a lot of those famous paintings. I did not take an art history class, but anyway, it's a different look. I want to be a little more deliberate with my coloring, but you could try something new with your Stampin' Bloods. Play around. I think it could be fun, but we're gonna stick with the one that I just straight up colored because it's done. And we are gonna do some die cutting. Let's see. Get our dies out here. We have a die for these flowers. I'm going to use my Post-it labeling and cover-up tape to die cut and hold down the dies. And then I'm also going to use this die to die cut my pecan pie. Maybe I'll finish that later. Pecan pie frame. So I'm going to send these through my die cutting machine. Just had a thought about my inside piece. I want this to be in the very vanilla, so I'm going to send that through. And if I was more strategic, I would have had a piece that I could reuse the rest of the frame for. I want to send this through with the embossing folder. We've got a lot of gorgeous embossing folders, which are retiring, and this one is called the Damask Designs embossing folder. It has that classic design on it. So I'm gonna put our little very vanilla piece through with the embossing folder and emboss that, add some texture. So pretty. Okay, so we've got 2 frames. We're going to use the smaller one, and we have our embossing folder. We have our die cut flower. Oh, so pretty. And then we're gonna layer this on some of the designer paper. And I'm thinking, should we do the original card is like a slimline card? We could do a slimline card. Or a mini, I don't know, maybe just a regular card. I guess my question is, what color should our card base be? Should we have some black to go with the outline? Should we bring in some of the color, that Calypso coral? Or should we bring in the pecan pie? What was the other option? Black? Okay, black, Calypso coral, pecan pie. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I know what I'm leaning towards, but I'm curious to know what you guys think. I'm gonna go look for the basic beige ribbon really quick. My ribbon is across the room, but here it is. So soft, so pretty. And so we're copying a catalog on this one. Like, I'm literally just gonna copy everything. And so it has a little bit of this ribbon across across the bottom, where we're going to add some a greeting. We're going to add the greeting. Use your words, Julie. um I am loving this. How did I forget about this gorgeous suite? Okay. Oh, you guys, you're torn on this one. I'm seeing a lot of coral. Diane is saying black, changed her mind. Do you know what? I was leaning towards the black. I think that that makes the coral pop even more. And I know some of you are going to say like, "Oh, add a layer." I could. But don't you think that black just makes the coral pop? Look at that. Black, coral. Black, coral. I think the black is very elegant. The brown, I think, draws your attention too much to the frame. Do you see how your eye goes to the frame now because it's the same color? You guys are very split on this, but I'm gonna go with the black. I'm seeing a lot of I'm seeing a lot of changed minds on the black. I'm gonna go with the black. That's the one that I'm vibing with. None of these are a bad choice. So when you're making this card at home, if you choose to also copy, as I'm doing, then you can choose a different color card base. Maybe you're not even using Calypso for your flowers. Maybe you're using suddenly I just feel like fresh freesia would be such a pretty color for these flowers, which look to me like they are, what do you call it? Oh my, mums? Not mums. The big hardy, like big bulky blossoms. Why can I not think of the flower? Um, okay, I do want to bring a little bit of the pink in there though, and so I'm thinking that for the sentiment, we bring in a little calypso coral or a little touch of pink for the greeting. We got a couple options. And we're going to pull from our beautiful motifs. This is the coordinating stamp set in this suite. We've got some options here. They're using You've Been on My Mind, but I think I want to do this for an anniversary card for mom and dad. So I'm thinking Celebrate, but also Wishing You Love and Happiness that lasts a lifetime. I mean, that's a perfect one. Maybe to go inside. Maybe we'll use that for the inside one. Um, yeah, I think I like that. Celebrate for the outside, wishing you love and happiness that lasts a lifetime for the inside. And that will be a good. I'm so proud of myself. It's not their anniversary yet. Is this actually going to be a card that at least is sent on time? I guess it won't probably arrive on time. But if I can send it on time, that is a huge accomplishment, my friends. Um I'm going to cut two different greetings here, two different pieces, and you can help me decide. I'm going to use 5/8 inch, and I'm choosing to use the black ink again. Is the video frozen? I still see myself moving on my end, so I think we're good. But I guess if the video is frozen, maybe the chat is frozen too for them? I guess not if they're chatting. Celebrate. Celebrate. That was cricket. Celebrate. Celebrate with, oops, Calypso Coral. Celebrate with Petal Pink. I kind of lean towards Coral. Tell me what you guys think. The darker color? Or the lighter color? And does it matter when we bring in the ribbon? Gotta give it equal airtime there. Petal pink, coral. Okay, one petal pink, one coral, two, three petal pink, two coral. I'm so sorry you guys have to look at my nail. I don't know what I did to it. It was literally just right before my video, and I realized it was kind of bleeding. I should have put a band-aid on it. I'm seeing more corals. Coral, coral, coral. I think I like the coral too, especially in contrast with the ribbon. We're going to cut the designer paper to 4 by 5 1/4 to fit on the card front. So pretty. And then I'm going to take my vanilla. I'm going to cut a same size piece, 4 by 5 1/4. This is for the inside of the card. In which we will stamp, wishing you love and happiness that lasts a lifetime. And let's add a flower. But I don't want to color it again. So let's add the flower in Calypso Coral ink. Bring in my grid paper. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. I'm really glad that I thought of this so that we could get this anniversary card done. Let's glue it down. I'll add in the video description, I'll add measurements. I will add a shopping list when I'm all done. So if you would like to get all the things that I used to make this card, you can go and do that. And don't forget to shop by Friday night, April 17th for that free shipping. Not free shipping. I'm so sorry. Double Stampin' Rewards. I would like to put this element on dimensionals. However, it's a little bit tricky to add this. So I'm actually just going to add, I mean, you could add it independently on Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm going to use tear and tape to glue them together so that they are more like one piece. And then I'll add my Stampin' Dimensionals. I feel like you guys are more torn about the greeting than about the more torn about the greeting than you were about the card base. I love your thoughts about why each one works. One with the ribbon, one because it's different enough and stands out from the colored image. All of those are very valid design points. I'm adding my flower at an angle. I also added the frame. Is that crooked? I'm adding the frame closer to the right side. And then I'm going to add the ribbon. I'm covering up. Oops. I want to cover up the leaf so much. I'm going to add it right there. Yes, I am an overthinker. And I rearrange and move things around until they are just right. I'm going to add some bling. I have never been a fan of the bling that comes with this suite because I feel like it is really heavy and bulky, and they don't stay down very well on the sheets. I don't even know if I have them. I do. Did you hear that? Listen. Listen how heavy they are. Thonk. Thonk. Okay. I sort of love the soft pastel. These are the antique pearls. I love those. These are a little bit darker and they are heavier, little bulky. You can see how they are not staying on the glue dot very well because they are so heavy. These are called the pressed flower motifs. So heavy. So tell me what you think. I do love like the contrast of them. Will they even stay on my card? I don't think the glue dot is strong enough to hold them. Um, that's the dark ones. Alternatively, the antique pearls are very soft. What do you think? Antique pearls or the pressed flower motifs? Ginny, the best way to contact me with questions. I think, did I get your email? Um, I think you may have sent me an email. I have been working on my tax return all week, like totally swamped, and literally until the wee hours of the night. And so I feel like I have been neglecting my emails. If you sent me an email, Jenny, I will try to respond to that tomorrow. Email is probably the best way to reach me. You could also send me a text or call me. So I think I saw an email from you and I'll try to get back to you. Pearls, pearls, pearls. I think you guys agree. Oh, I love that. Diane says those embellishments, meaning the pressed the pressed flower motifs, work well on the frame dies to use them in the corners and make them look like hinges. Um, you can use them at the top of a ribbon to make it look like a hanger. That's really smart. I like that idea. Thank you for sharing that, Diane. Um, I'm really happy with the way that turned out. And I am so happy that I have a card to send mom and dad to wish them a very happy anniversary this April 19th. This April 19th. I'm liking this beautiful gallery. Let's make another card with this one. Maybe we'll just skip boho vibes altogether because it's a totally different look, isn't it? I want to show you my inspiration versus my actual card. This is on page 53 of the 2025 to 2026 annual catalog. I think one difference that I didn't pick up on till now is that they actually did some blending on the bottom of the designer paper to add in some of that pink color. I think I kind of like that. That would have been a nice touch to add a little color to the bottom of the designer paper. I changed the size of the card. I changed the card base to black. I changed the sentiment to Calypso Coral, and I did very vanilla with an embossed background, which it's hard to see, but I think the little detail does add. Um, so this is card number one tonight using Beautiful Gallery, but I'm inspired by um, a lot of these cards on here. And I think the next one that I would like to do is this one over here. This one has cloud cover for the card base, using that embossing folder, using the frame and stamping on it, and then stamping some flowers and doing some die cuts. And I think I would like to stick with the same color scheme and do some more with Calypso Coral. And I think I'm going to stick with the very vanilla. So for this card, I'm going to use Calypso Coral for the card base. I'm going to cut another piece of Calypso Coral that I will cut and emboss. And this piece is going to be 3¾ inches by 5 inches. So I'm going to have a little bit of a border there. And I'm going to emboss this with the beautiful motif. Nope, this is not the beautiful motif. This is the Damask Designs embossing folder. I'm not sure about the status of this embossing folder. It may be sold out already. I specifically saw the stamp set and the dies are still available, and the designer paper is as well. The designer paper might be low inventory, but it's not last chance. I'm going to send this through the embossing machine. And I'm really wishing now that when I die cut the frame, that I had die cut the whole Very Vanilla piece, because then I would have a piece of the frame to use, but I do not. For this card, I am also going to use some detailed dies, and I've got several here. So there are dies that die cut the stamped image, and then there's also some dies that die cut little flower details. And oh my goodness. I am going to do two of them, and I'm going to use Petal Pink and bring in a little bit of that color. So I'm going to die cut the frame, and I'm going to die cut the Petal Pink detail dies. Let's send those through next. I don't have a lot of room, and so I'm die cutting on the floor, but I want to show you a little secret here. A little tip. When you are die cutting the frame piece, it works better when you die cut it at an angle. So instead of putting it through your die cutting machine straight like this, it is hard for that big piece of metal to go through the rollers. So putting it at an angle means that it's going to go through the rollers a little bit at a time, starting in the corner. And it just is much easier to crank that way. So when you have a big die like this frame, stick it in kind of like at a diagonal if you can, if it fits on your platform like that. Instead of doing it straight up like this or straight across like this, that's just a big hurdle for the die cutting roller to get across. So diagonal is always the way to go with those big dies, including the new product of the month, which I haven't used mine yet, but I'm guessing that same tip will apply. Got my little detail die cuts here. If you have a take your pick tool with a poker, that's a great option. But these little dies, if you poke through the holes, will come right out. A couple different little wildflower designs. Love that petal pink. Okay. So we're going to use this framed piece. That's the piece we used on the last card. And next we're going to do a little bit of stamping. And this stamp, this is interesting. We're going to stamp in two colors. Again, I'm just taking my inspiration right from the catalog. It's this stamp here that we're using, although you could mix it up and use two different images, but um, we are going to stamp this once in, let's do Calypso Coral. And while I have that stamp out, let's also cut a piece for the inside of the card. That is 4 by 5 1/4. And then we're going to clean our stamp and stamp again in black and color it. Diane, our product of the month Sunday stamping videos are on the last Sunday of the month. So that will be on Sunday, April 26th. We want to give everybody enough time to order it and have it to stamp along with us. And so that is going to be a stamp along video on Sunday, April 26th. I haven't gotten mine yet. I've ordered it, but it hasn't come. So it is going to be fun to play with that and see how it goes. Gonna do some coloring here. And I'm gonna use the light Calypso Coral. Now, I was looking at the sample and they left the leaves white, like they didn't color them. Do you think we should leave the leaves white or should we color? Add a little dab. They also stamped in brown instead of black, which is an interesting choice. Looking through my designer paper, I want to add like a little strip of paper, a little pop of color. Maybe adding some of that green. Maybe that would be a good way to add a little color in there. This looks like a mossy meadow. I'm going to bring in some light old olive. And some dark lines. I like that. What do you think? Oh, leave white. Oh, I just saw that, dang it. I think bringing in a little green and then a little green designer paper will be good. We are going to use the coordinating dies to die cut our image. I think that is this one here. And we're gonna have to run it through twice to die cut. Looking for my looking for my sticky Oh, now I see where I put it. Okay, die cutting this. Adding it back on the other one. Die cutting that. An interesting detail on this card is the words that are stamped on the frame. Oops, that's for the inside. And I think I want to bring some of that in with the petal pink. Our words in this sentiment set, beautiful motifs. We have hello, you've been on my mind, I'm always here for you. Thank you for everything, just a note. You know what? I don't know. Should we do words or should we do the background stamp on the frame just to add a little detail? Here's our inspo pick right there. I like the basic beige and cloud cover, but I'm also really digging our more springy color inspiration. And I'm thinking maybe this pattern and the sentiment you've been on my mind would be a good one for the words on the page. Petal pink. Ooh, leave it white. Oh no, that was from the previous thing. But I think a white frame would be pretty too. I'm going to add a little bit of detail on the two sides like that. Petal pink ink. You know what? Let's add a little of that stamping in here too. I like it. Oh, oh, I didn't even realize that I picked I'm here for you always. I thought I was putting on the block. You've been on my mind, but I kind of like I'm here for you always. And I'm going to do thinking of you on the front. I'm going to stamp it on the designer paper. Need a bigger piece than that. Let's do 5/8 inch. Thinking of you. I'm not sure I like that designer paper. I think I'm going to bring in some of the solid cardstock. The green just goes a little better, I think. You guys can vote. Designer paper or green. Although I am thinking I should add a little die cut that has green on it. And tie in some other color in there too. Old olive. Ooh, and twine. Good call. I love me some linen thread. I always buy like multiple rolls at once because I use it so much. Did I see the price was going? Linen thread. Yes, the price of linen thread is going up $1 in the new catalog. So if you like linen thread, get it now with double rewards and save a little bit of money over the price of what it will be in the new catalog. Love that. We'll add a little linen thread back there. And some of those antique pearls again are such a good option. Oh my gosh, I've made such a mess on my desk. You guys should see it. I just keep like stacking everything. Okay. I think we're ready to glue down. Another great card, Petal Pink. Oh, Petal Pink for the sentiments. I ended up stamping those leaves green, and so I do want to add another bit of green. I like to incorporate a color more than once on the card. And I'm purposely doing this layer crooked. Hang on a second. Nope. Am I doing? No. Okay. The embossing layer is straight. And the frame is crooked. Don't yell at me. It's the inspiration. You can still yell at me if you want, but the inspiration pick is crooked with the frame. So I'm going to do the same thing. A little crooked there. And then we have all of our elements. This one's going to go on with regular adhesive, kind of tucked in the back here. This one's going to go on with dimensionals. A little bit more in the foreground here. Our sentiment is going to go across. Oh, we're going to add the twine to the back. I meant that to go the other way. Whoops. And I wanted it to go this way. Oops, some of it is going to overlap with the flower. We're going to use some liquid glue to add these detailed die cuts. They want to pop up. Oh, I don't like how the stamped one is covered up, but it's done. We have to find our pearls, which are somewhere off this table. Antique pearls. I think this is a good option for this suite. Um, there is our finished cards. Let's take a look at the inspiration. I changed up the colors. I added the greeting. These other pieces on the sample in the catalog look like they are from a piece of designer paper. Actually, this designer paper, I think like some of these little words here, but I like adding the sentiment. And then I also stamped differently on the frame. But the big thing is the color that's different. I like their placement of the gems. Get back here. Ah, I like kind of having one tucked under there. Excuse me. Okay. So card number 2, we have been crafting with the beautiful gallery bundle. Actually just copying cards right out of the catalog here. And I love the way they're turning out. We're kind of doing like a spring version. These feel very like wintry, and we're just going for spring with a calypso coral, a much brighter look than what they've got going on. And it is 8:38. I don't know, should we make one more card? Um, I also have some cards to share with you. Such awesomeness. Let me pull out the designer paper again. Let's see if I feel some inspiration. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I love that. Gorgeousness. What do you guys think? That's got some kind of petal pink in it. You know I like my pictures to to match. Oh, this was such a fun paper. I love that one. Classic, beautiful gallery right there. It doesn't have to be hard to just cut apart some of these papers. If I bring in some of this is that Splendid Autumn. Like, is that too is that too radical? Is that too radically different to bring in another paper? Which of these two cards do you guys prefer? Do you like the first card, the second card? I wanted to make like a sympathy card. Hmm. Where's our stamp set? What haven't we used yet? I always try to use as many as I can. We have a large frame. The bottom of that is wonky. Does that fit? Does that fit on a whole card? Sorry, I'm quiet. I'm thinking. Um, do a landscape card. That's a good idea. Although I was totally leaning towards another another card like that. It's a very winter card. We're looking for a different vibe. A different vibe on our last card. Okay, I have an idea. It's actually, sorry, that's so loud. A back pocket card layout I'm thinking about that has two squares. This is an older card from 2024, maybe 2023, even. I think it might be from 2023. And it has two squares. And so I'm thinking some of this designer paper and then another square with the petal pink embossing folder with the beautiful motifs. We want to do 2 3/4 inch designer paper and or layers. A favorite punch that is retiring that I'm so sad about is the Labeled with Love. Is this one sold out? Is it still around? Another option, not quite as much of a favorite, is the Sign Design stamp set. I'm gonna use this one. And Thank You for Everything is gonna fit really nicely in there. We are going to stamp in Pecan Pie ink. for everything. Gotta say thank you to all of our favorite retiring elements here. I'm gonna do 2 3/4 per the back pocket card layout that I'm using. And it just so happens that I have enough to make 2 squares of each. And so maybe I will make 2 cards. I'm gonna do 3/4 of an inch by 2.5 by 3 to go behind my sentiments. 3/4 by 3. I am going to cut more. Berry Vanilla, 3 inches by 3. These are going to be the layers behind the designer paper and the embossing. And so I need 4 of them since I'm making 2 cards. Also going to need 1 more punched sentiment. And we'll get that pecan pie ink back out. I'm going to do some stamping with Calypso Coral. And also I'm going to stamp with I want to do this one and pecan pie. I'm going to add a touch of petal pink. Just kind of dabbing it on the flowers. I'll leave the leaves white. I'm going to do some die cutting with the dies that are buried. What a mess I have made. What a mess. I don't even know where all the dies are supposed to go. I'm gonna die cut with this one. And this one. And just for good measure, I'm going to add a little detailed die. Fast and Furious. Ah, thank you so much, Bonnie. Labeled with Love. The punch I used for this one is on the last chance list. Does that say $15? What? That's a crazy deal. If you don't have that punch yet, it is one of my favorites. Go grab it. Add it to your cart because that is kind of an awesome deal. $15 that punch. Let's send these through. I forgot something. I had to send it back here. Uh-oh. Oh no, it slipped. Oh, that's unfortunate. That is very sad that my detailed die cut is inked up on the bottom. Bummer in the summer. Let's use the other pieces and make a card. And my second card, I will just have to make later since I just ran right through that stamped image. Okay. That one was a little more centered. Got my clean die cut there. Oh my gosh, what a long video tonight. Sorry. I guess I needed extra therapy. Be patient, Julie. There it is. Okay. Some of these cards are for a later card. And some of them are for now. Let's put some things together. I'm also going to have to add a inside layer. The squares are 2 3/4, layering onto 3 inches. And looking back at our back pocket card layout, we're going to layer them on the front of the card. Going to add our thinking of you, our die cut elements. Maybe bring in some of that ribbon. What do you think? Should I do ribbon or linen thread on this card? Or a little bit of both? Thank you for your encouragement. I feel like I'm just in a creative mode right now. Like maybe it's all the number crunching I've been doing all week. It's time to just take a break and be creative. I feel that way about going outside, you know, like if I've just been like cooped up and working on stuff, like sometimes going outside is like the answer that just fixes everything, like fixes the mood, fixes all the things that are happening. And sometimes stamping is that same, does the same thing for me, right? Gonna add these elements on dimensionals, I think. Go, go, gadget arms. Am I inspiring you with this sweet? Do you guys have this one? This might be one that you got last year and you haven't really done much with it. If it's anything like like I get something and I'm so excited about it and then I move on and I play with my new toys, so to speak. And then like I kind of forget about the other ones. And so it's been fun to get these things out again and focus on them and give them some love and give them some attention. And be inspired. So if you have this beautiful gallery suites, I hope that my cards tonight inspire you to get it out and create with it again. And if you don't have the beautiful gallery suites, I hope that my cards inspire you to use something that you already have at home that maybe is similar and create with it. For me, these cards tonight are inspired by this spring color combination, the pinks and the brown, the Calypso coral. These antique pearls are not on the last chance list. I've used them on all of the cards tonight, and I think that they go really well with this suite. So like if you're looking for some embellishments, besides those pressed flower motifs, the antique pearls are a solid choice, especially if you are using, as I have been, the very vanilla instead of basic white. Okay, this one is not inspired by the catalog. Oh my gosh, I have mail call to share tonight too. Here's my pearls. Should we do our mail call? Is it too late? Do I need to save that for another time? I fear that I might be losing you guys. It is so late. Our first two cards were inspired by the catalog. In fact, I literally just copied them from the catalog. No shame in that at all. And the last card was inspired by a back pocket card layout. Is there too much happening on the one square? I don't know. I kind of love it though. Do you love it? Here are the three cards that we made tonight with the beautiful gallery. Don't know which way to do them. They're so pretty. They're so pretty. I love them. Okay, 1, 2, 3. That's not the order I made them in, but tell me which one's your favorite tonight. Do you feel inspired by one or another? Are you going to try to recreate any of these at home? Um, tell me what you're loving. We got some linen thread, we got the antique pearls, we got designer paper, embossing folder, a fantastic sentiment set. We did some coloring on all the cards. Some die cutting on all the cards. Yes, I love them. I love them. All right, okay, here we go. We've got Diane says number 2 is the favorite. How many back pocket card layouts are there? Debbie, that's a great question. I am not sure. I actually have to add the most recent one on here. I could give it a quick count, but I don't want to count right now. We have 3 years, 2023, 2024, 2025. They're solid 12 cards from each of those years. Then there was several just random extra ones. And there was the original Million Sales Retreat. There were 4 of them in that one. There were 4 of them in the stamp set retreat, the with you in mind card class. There was 3 of them, I think, in the Traditions of Christmas retreat. I'm getting ready to do another special class that's going to feature back pocket card layouts, 4 or 5 of them with the ephemera. So watch for details as I get a chance to work on that. And then there were a special release of 5 of them last year in May for the new catalog. So I'm gonna guess somewhere around 60, maybe 55 to 60. I don't have all of them like available anymore, so a lot of them are out of print, so to speak. But I still do actually have the 2025 pocket 2025 back pocket card layout collection. So if you don't have that one yet, then that's available. And if you don't have any of them, watch for the class coming up in which I'm going to feature those. Okay, let's see. Sunshine Stamps 132. Janet says 3, Leanne says 2. Nisi says 3, Patty says 2, Heather says 3, Elizabeth says 2, Bonnie likes number 1, I think. Looks like an exclamation point. My eyes, my eyes are having a hard time. Penny likes 1, Joanne likes 2. So I'm gonna say they were all a hit tonight. Is that accurate? I think so. Okay. And let's do our mail call. I have some fun cards to share with you. I just have to uncover them from everything that's happening. So let's put these aside. If you enjoyed the cards that I shared tonight, the beautiful gallery, and the cards I'm about to share, if you like seeing those, give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out. We've got videos all week long. Sunday stamping kicks off the week. And then the Great Big Card Swap on the 2nd and 4th Tuesday of every month. And every Thursday night stamp therapy. And you kind of never know what you're going to get because I never know what I'm going to do. And so sometimes they're all the same stamp set, all the same sweet. Sometimes they're a little bit different, and it's a mishmash or something a little more eclectic. But I hope that you did enjoy tonight's video and that it inspired you so much. Speaking of inspiring me, you guys inspire me so very much. I absolutely love to get your cards. I've got a lot of cards to share tonight, and the first batch. Nope, the first batch are not my team swaps. The second batch are my team swap. I'm going to start with the cards I received from all of you. Several Easter cards, including this one from Lisa Fisher. And I love this idea from Lisa. She used like this shimmery cardstock here with the Lazy Daisy embossing folder. I think that one's currently out of stock, but it is coming back. And Mom shared a card in which she colored the little center of the flowers on the Lazy Daisy embossing folder. And so Lisa was inspired by that and colored this shimmery white paper with the yellow centers to make her little daisies. And then that cute little woolly lamb. You make me happy. Love that little Easter card, lemon lolly ribbon, and the lemon lolly card base. So pretty. Thank you, Lisa, for your gorgeous Easter card and your Easter wishes. It absolutely made me smile to get your card, and I love that. Love the way that card turned out with that technique in the Lazy Daisy folder. Here's one from Joe Williams. If you're not already on our Facebook group, Julie's Stamping Spot Share and Connect group, Joe has been sharing some of her projects there, including this one. She shared some of the Easter cards that she made with this retired tulip designer paper. So pretty. Joe, thank you for that Easter card and thank you for thinking of me. Here is the same tulip paper actually, with the tulip stamp set. This one's from Debbie Lindauer. Debbie, thank you for your cards. I always love them so much. Wishing you joy and love this Easter. This one made me smile. I love that little flip flap with the designer paper. It's 5.5 by 5.5, scored at like 1 3/4 of an inch. I like that you can see both sides of that. Here's a back pocket card layout. This one from Beth Koheiser. Beth sent me some of her cello bags from all my kits that she has been making up, and she's done with those, and so I can reuse those. Beth, thank you so much for thinking of me. It is always so great to hear from you, and I love that you have such a mind for recycling and reusing. So thank you. I will absolutely get those back into the fold and use them when I send out more card kits. Our next card from Julie Demarius. Love this one, Julia. Thank you so much for thinking of me. This is that gorgeous, like flower accents, the laser cut pieces. Beautiful pattern embossing folder on the beautifully celebrated dies. These labels are so great. And this is some of that mix in paper with the bl- bash. What is this blue? Balmy. Balmy blue. I went through all the like I feel like my dad calling all the kids, and the dog before he gets to the right name. I was like bashful blue, blissful blue, bliss blue. No, it's balmy. Balmy blue. Such a pretty card, and I really appreciated your words. Thank you for your note inside. This one is from Kathy Bradley. It was so great to hear from Kathy. It's been a little while. And so Kathy, thank you for thinking of me. This is a kit, a card kit that we had a few years ago. I think it came with a lunchbox or something. It was kind of cool. I think it was our Making a Difference thing, actually, now that I think about it. And this is my weekly reminder to you to send cards to people you haven't heard from in a while. Send them a little note, let them know that you're thinking of them. It meant so much to me to hear from Kathy. It means so much to get all of your cards. And so that's my weekly reminder. That's who I want you to send one to today. Someone you haven't heard from in a while, someone you haven't talked to in a while. Send them a card. Let them know you're thinking of them. Got this card from Rachel Chamberlain. I love this little mini card, like little flap with a Z fold. So fun. I'm looking forward to lunch, Rachel. So thank you for your card. I look forward to hearing from you so we can make some plans. This one came from Judy Risha, one of my team members. And oh my gosh, look at this double Z fold card using the ice cream cones, blackberry bliss for the card base, little Bermuda Bay in there. Judy sent me some swatches of cardstocks so that I can help her try to identify and name them. I've got that collection of color swatches that I use for my in-color comparison video, and Judy has an eclectic collection of cardstock from over the years. So I'm going to see what I can do to help her identify her colors. Judy is on my team, and I recently did a 1-for-1 card swap with my team in which we send cards directly to each other. So it's kind of like the Great Big Card Swap, except everyone just sends them directly to each other. And we just do a small number of cards. So everyone chooses like 1 to 5 cards to send. And then I send to everybody and they send to me. And so these are the cards that I received from our Jubilant Stampers spring 1-for-1 card swap. This one is from Robin Satterwhite. This is a new bundle that's part of the online exclusives for March. I think the dies are actually out of stock right now. But it's such a good one. Keep an eye out for this one. It has this great label die in it, and Robin has used that to die cut the True Blue Floral designer paper. That was one of the product of the month, the very first one that came out in December. It's sold out right now, but you could do a similar technique like this with any designer paper. Here's a card from Carmen Melendez. She used that new homemade sweetness sweet. Oh, I like this how it just has a glued down side and then the card that opens here. This is that homemade sweetness designer paper, the coordinating jar, stamp set and bundle. So cute. Did I get another one with the jars? No. This one, oh my gosh, it's so funny. That's like a similar a similar card design with the side that opens. I love that. This one is from Heather Trudeau, and she used the Love Notes designer paper, which is like for Valentine's Day, but look how fantastic it works for any time of the year. Garden green with some calypso coral in there. This looks like ribbon that she's colored, maybe, or maybe it's just older ribbon. That beautiful frame, my favorite little butterflies, and on the inside, look how cute it is to have the designer paper and another frame up there. I'm here for you if you need me. Love that. Our theme was spring. This one from Margot Richardson uses the stamp set that we used tonight, the Gallery Blooms. And this is Petunia Pop, a retiring color. She used some of the embossing folder piece, and she also stamped that the image from the beautiful motifs here to add a panel. And then it looks like maybe even just some direct to cardstock with the ink pad. Sweet spring greetings. So this is Petunia Pop, some fresh freesia, and some bubble bath for that circle card. This is from April Booth. Oh my gosh, April, I love that you're using your new Stampin' Blends to color. These look so great. This is the cutest crew stamp set. It has coordinating dies, which are currently out of stock, but they are coming back. So if you've been waiting for that one, it's coming, I promise. Petunia Pop here for the card base as well with some Darling Duckling, Secret Sea, and a little bit of the cloud cover behind our two little flaps. Just a little hello. Adorable. This card from Connie Campfield is using a March online exclusive bundle called Springtime something. She's got the white circle die cut with some vellum behind it. Oh my gosh, that's pretty. And then the white stamping, white ink on the strawberry slush card base. Really fun, that background. Love it. And this one from Michelle Cook uses the Garden Poetry Suite. The big leaf is from the Nature Walk Suite. We've been seeing that one all over everything this spring. It's such a good die. I'm not sure if this one's in stock. I know it's in and out of stock, but love this layout. Exposed brick embossing folder on the shaded spruce with a little designer paper, the 2 3/8 inch circle punch. Happiest birthday wishes. Love the colors on this. Oh, I knew there was another homemade sweetness. This one from Melody Lampert using the fruit from that homemade sweetness set. A little bit of that checkered ribbon. This is going to be included in the product share. My May product share is going to include all of the designer paper from March online exclusives, including homemade sweetness and garden poetry, and also the soccer paper and delicate dreams. It will include that as well. And then we've got this card from Terry Biggs. She did kind of a similar technique. Instead of coloring the inside center of the Lazy Daisy embossing folder, Terry colored the individual small flowers between the large ones. So pretty. Balmy blue here. Did I get the color right? Strawberry slush and a little touch of daffodil delight in the center of the flowers. I like the way that turned out. And similar card layout here. This one's from Shar Cooper. She used the Brush with Beauty designer paper and she put that on first and then ran it through with the Stone and Vine embossing folder. Love that kind of embedded look. She was inspired by a card that Margot made for onstage swaps. And I love that she added a little die cut back here, some Darling Duckling with the shadow of the circle and some of the gems as well. Okay, those are cards for my teams. And lastly, I have a few cards to share that were extra cards from the Great Big Card Swap. So if you're not watching the Great Big Card Swap, that happens on the second and fourth Tuesday of every month. And so this week we had our first showcase for April. The theme this month is all about you. And it was so much fun to read all of your stories and to see how each card represented something that described you or something about you. And it was such a fun video. So check that out if you haven't seen it already, from April 14th, the Great Big Card Swap video. And these are cards that people sent me. They sent 2 cards in. Sometimes it was this or that, and I had to pick which one. Sometimes they just labeled this card is for you. And so I want to say thank you so much for all the extra cards. I really am obsessed with this fun fold from Terry McFetridge, and I'm definitely going to have to case this. Thank you, Terry, for the inspiration. I chose this one with the Blackberry Bliss. I really love the contrast of this Bloom Impressions designer paper with the Blackberry Bliss card base. And this one from Anne Hollis from the UK used oh, something, I want to say something forest, with the die, and the gray granite die cut animals. I love this one. I have some sympathy cards I need to send, so that's why I chose this one. So thank you, Anne, for letting me check that off my list and sending me such a gorgeous card to use. This one from Cheryl Rich. She had 2 versions. This was the vertical version. There was also a horizontal or landscape version using that new sparkle designer paper. Came out in January actually, and it's really colorful. Got this like holographic accents to it. Really, really pretty. Paired with some glitter paper. Lots of hope there. Keeping you in my thoughts, holding you in my heart, remembering you in my prayers. Love that. This one from Rhonda Chase. There were 2 versions, a large one and a small one, using some different detailed die cuts to represent a little sea, ocean theme. I love that. And on the cloud cover background, it works out so perfectly to create that ocean look. This one from Debbie Lindauer is so fantastic. I loved her story about how she used to be an occupational therapist, retired now, but working with kids with physical disabilities for 37 years. Oh my gosh, Debbie, thank you so much for sharing your card and sharing a little bit about you. I loved how these kids represent such a big chunk of your life in that chapter. And I'm so amazed at the work that you've done and the difference that you've made in all of those lives. Our next card is from Kathy Gailey. She had a couple different options, 2 of them, using the Hobby Haven designer paper. Both of them have this little pop-up Z-fold card. So much fun on this. So I chose the baking one because I love to bake. The other one I think was a hobby themed card, if I remember right. You deserve all the good things. Love that sentiment. And our last card for the Great Big Card Swap was from Mimi Hennelly, and she created 2 cards. One was red and one was pink with the terrific tulips, I think is the name of the stamp set. And check out the coordinating envelope, handmade also by Mimi. Aren't these fantastic? Red is my favorite color, so I had to choose these tulips. They are so pretty. Thank you for sharing extra cards, all of you. They make me feel so special, and I'm excited to share those with others and spread that love. Thank you to everyone who sent me cards this month, my team members for the swap, and everyone else with your Easter greetings and your touching messages. It truly makes a difference. I hope you know how much of a difference you make in the lives of your family and friends when you send handmade cards. So let's keep doing that, keep making cards, sending them out, and sharing what we love with others. Thank you for joining me tonight. I hope that you feel inspired by the 3 cards that I made and the others that I shared. I hope that you have a fantastic week ahead. I hope that you get a chance to stamp and also that you get a chance to enjoy some of this gorgeous weather. Hopefully the weather is gorgeous where you are too. I look forward to sharing with you on Sunday. So tune in for Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie this coming Sunday, April 19th. Mom and I are going to be showcasing those cute little turtles. Turtly awesome. So tune in for some more last chance goodness. And don't forget about our double Stampin' Rewards. You need to make sure that you order by Friday, tomorrow, April 17th, to take advantage of double Stampin' Rewards on any order over $20. You'll get 20% instead of 10% Stampin' Rewards. And just posted this evening, make sure you sign up for my May 2026 product share. You can sample all the new designer paper and ribbons from the May May through August 2026 catalog plus the March and May online exclusive. So if you would like to get a little bit of all of that new paper, 127 sheets to be exact, you can have the option to choose with ribbon or without ribbon. That's up to you. But you can find those details at tinyurl.com/May 2026 product dash share. Make sure you get the dash in there. I don't think it'll work without it. Okay, that's it. Oh, Diane, I don't know how you missed Tuesday night. You definitely should go back and watch it. Some amazing cards, and it was so fun to get to know everybody. All right, you guys. Oh, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Thank you for chatting with me. Thank you for all the comments, for everyone watching on the replay. I really do appreciate each and every one of you, and I'm so glad you're part of my community. Have a fantastic week, and I look forward to stamping with you soon. Bye, everybody.